Hi, my friends. Welcome to this very special reading. This is a deep dive look into your 2024. And to do this, I've set out 3 oracle decks and 3 crystals for you to pick. So this is pile number 1. This is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And this crystal is the Amazonite, or it is Amazonite in the shape of a heart. This second oracle deck is White Light Oracle, and this is Green Aventurine Oval. I put it on this wolf's third eye. And this is the Woodland Wardens Oracle deck, and I put the raw amethyst on it. So take a moment or several moments or however long you want to choose your deck and or your crystal, and I will put the timestamps below. I just wanted to say we're going to be doing 3 spreads for each pile, and it's going to be a look at money, career, and love for each pile. So I will see you in your reading. Welcome, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. We are going to be taking a deep look at your 2024. This is the crystal you chose. This is Amazonite in the shape of a heart. I'm going to put this over here with its friends here. And of course, first we're going to pull a few cards from this oracle deck. Here's one that just was itching to come out, A Change in the Wind. And then we're also going to pull the Spirit card from the bottom of the deck. But let's look at this one first. This is card 12, A Change in the Wind. I can feel the wind blowing. Look at this. Oh, it's not focusing on what I want it to focus on here. Let's try again. There we go. Do you see the figure in the little gazebo? All right, what an interesting card to start out with. Actually, I'm going to put it up here. And then let's look at the Spirit card that I pulled from the bottom of the deck. This is number 19, Flexible. And then I'm going to pull one card from each of the other 2 oracle decks. We got these decks. Actually, this one. The Sun of 417 hertz. You know, I don't really know anything about these sounds, but this is card number 16. So you have 12, 16, and 19. We're in the teens here. Are you a perpetual teenager? Pile number 1. Let's see, making sure you can see it. And then we have this deck. We're going to pull one card from this deck as well. Wake it up. We want one card. Actually, 2 cards wanted to come out, I guess. This is card 2, the Spider and Passion Flower with Creative Ingenuity. What an interesting card. Pile number 1. And the second card here is the Duck and Chrysanthemum with Luck. This is card 10. Well, we are pulling for your money reading. So this is your 2024 reading, and this is money. So I'm going to use this After Tarot as your principal deck, but I'm going to be pulling a few cards from other decks too. So let's ask this deck, what does pile number 1 have coming for 2024 for their money? This is a money reading for pile number 1 for 2024. Right, we're 4 cards from this deck. And we'll take 1 or maybe 2 cards, whatever comes out for a couple different decks. We're asking for pile number 1 for money reading. Whoa. Huh. And the last one, we'll pull a card from this deck, or 2 if 2 happen to come out. Actually, there. Wow, lots of cards for you, pile number 1. Lots of money things coming out for you. All right, let's see. The Emperor. Right off the bat. The Emperor. The 9 of Wands. The Lover's card. The 5 of Swords. Someone's happy. The King of Wands. Wow. Oops. The Queen of Cups. The 8 of Cups. And then we have the 2 of Swords. As usual, I've got, like, they aren't, just give me a second. I'm going to rearrange these so you don't have to sit through it. I'll be right back. All right. So pile number 1, this is your reading for money. And your first card, your main card here is a change in the wind. So there is a change coming. And we see that these oracle cards are very positive. We have the Sun, which is, you know, this oracle deck, in this oracle deck, the Sun means pretty much what the Sun card means in the tarot deck, which is, you know, just, it's actually in the guidebook, it's, you know, it reminds us that the Sun is not reflecting light, it's generating light. So in this money reading, you are generating money. We have you generating your own power, your own money. We have you, we have creative ingenuity. We have you being creative and ingenious, and we have luck. I mean, luck is a huge, wonderful card in a money reading. So just all of this, and it's reminding you, stay flexible and be flexible, and things are flexible, meaning things are not immutable. Things change all the time. So if something is not going right, it can change right away. Remember, your main card here is a change in the wind. So even with just the oracle cards, very favorable. And then we come to these tarot cards, and I'm seeing a couple things here. First of all, and this actually kind of, it's tangentially connected here. I'm going to read these three and then part of this. So we have, I mean, it's so significant. First of all, I just have to say, I was going to say this afterward, but I just have to say, this Lovers card, I mean, it depends on what kind of reading it is. If this came up in your love reading, I would say it's about romantic love, right? But this is a choice. This is being faced with a choice, being maybe indecisive, maybe being like really being in a place where you have to scrutinize each choice. It's not this, it's kind of an either or an or. It's a door number 1 or door number 2 card. But the Lovers card can also signify choice. So since you have the Lovers and the 2 of Swords, I'm seeing that you actually have a choice, that you're going to be presented with a choice. Since this is money, maybe it's an investment that you're going to either have to choose to invest in or not invest in, or buy property or not buy property, or, you know, take a new job with a new position and new responsibilities, if that's, you know, or not. So something about your money situation, you are going to be faced with a choice. So I just wanted to say that. So this is kind of connected to these. So we have the 9 of Wands. This is, think of it as you, pile number 1, are working. Let's say you have, hold on, somebody's making noise outside. I'll be right back. I'm gonna close the window. So this is, say you have an investment that you are, since this is a money reading, say you have an investment that you really believe in. You're thinking, oh, this company, I really believe in them. I'm really going to, you know, invest a lot of my savings, and I'm going to hold it for the long term. And all around you, people are saying that company stinks, and oh my gosh, what are you thinking? You're going to lose all your money. And you just feel like, you know, this person's saying, oh my gosh, you're so dumb for investing in that company. Pull your money out now before you lose all of it. And their words are kind of bashing you around. You're feeling hurt. You're feeling a little wary and weary and whatever, but you are steadfast in your beliefs. You are trusting yourself. You are hearing what's going on around you. You're acknowledging, wow, everybody around me is telling me the same thing, but I, pile number 1, am confident that I'm on the right path. So this could be, the situation could be where this choice, this double choice card thing is coming from, where you really do have to choose either to stay with the investment or to sell it. Of course, I'm not saying that it's an investment for everyone. I'm just using it as an example. Just that you're seeing or feeling or acknowledging, hey, I am seeing stuff in the 3D that's telling me one thing, but I believe another thing. And that's what I'm going to go with. That I believe in my manifestation. I'm going to stand fast. So that's what this 9 of Wands is telling me. This 5 of Wands this is that card where this character on the forefront has won a great victory, and they have all the swords right now. They have all the goodies. they've collected all 5 swords, and they're proudly, you know, swinging them around. Their hair is blowing in the wind, and they're playing with all 5 of their swords on the beach. And if you notice, these other 2 people are leaving. They don't even want to be friends with this sore winner here. Well, if you notice, you know, the wind is blowing, the clouds are coming in, and the sky is all gray. The sea is all gray and looking gloomy. It looks like a storm is coming, doesn't it? Well, with this sore winner, this ungracious winner, this one that has not only won, but has stripped everyone of everything. They don't have any friends left. What if their house floods in this coming storm? No one's going to come help them. That's what this card means. And I'm not sure, pile number 1, I feel like this is someone else. I don't feel like this is a warning to you to not do this. I don't think you're the type of person to do this. I think this is a warning to you. When you talk about large sums of money, or if you think about large sums of money, if you deal with large sums of money, there might be some people that are going to be jealous of you, that are going to try to take advantage, that are going to try to not necessarily do nefarious things as in, you know, try to steal them, but really there's something going on, some external force. Somebody is coming toward you with this sort of energy, with this sort of take no prisoners energy, pile number 1. And I'm going to continue on. So let's see what else you have here. This is, so this is the 8 of Cups. And I'm getting the totally opposite energy between these 2 cards. Pile number 1. This one, 4 of Swords, is a coming toward you energy. This person is coming toward you with this energy. Selfish, wanting to take everything, not wanting to share. And this 8 of Cups is leaving behind what doesn't serve you. It is being disillusioned. It's turning away from what is and looking toward something else, going somewhere else. So it feels, this definitely feels like someone else coming to you with that energy. And it's a warning to you, not that you might cause this, but that someone else is going to be coming to you with that. This 8 of Cups, I feel like it's an outward energy. It's you realizing that something you've been doing, it's not necessarily that it's no longer working, but it's definitely that you do not want to do it anymore. There's something in your money life that you don't want to do anymore. You're looking completely somewhere else. Pile number 1. So what is it that you are sick of in your money situation that you are going to say goodbye to it and get rid of that from your life? Is there something coming to mind? Is it something about someone you're working with for your money, like an insurance agent, I don't know, an investment partner, a work partner, What is it that you are wanting to walk away from? And it's not, again, it's not a defeat as in, oh, I can't do this anymore because it's not bearing fruit. It's that I'm not doing this anymore because I don't want to. On this one subject, you're standing firm and you know yourself. You know that you are right. On this one, you also know you're right, but you're leaving. It's two opposite things. It seems like you have two things and you have two complete opposite reactions. One, standing firm in the face of obstacles. One is walking away, even though it might not be going quote unquote wrong, you still don't want any part of it. Pile number one. Very interesting. So these are kind of energies that are, kind of, that's what I was going to say. The point I was going to make, one of the points I was going to make about this Eight of Cups is that this might be you're walking away because this person's energy. This person's energy might make something that otherwise you would enjoy, makes you not enjoy it, and it's worth it for you to walk away so you do not have to deal with this person. So that might be part of it. All right, so we have these two cards, the Two of Swords and the Lover's card, and they're both telling me that you have a major choice. So let us pull two cards, because again, I've said, it seems to me like it's going to be a binary choice, one or two, door number one, door number two, or A or B, yes or no. So these are our two cards, and we'll see if we can get some sort of clarification for this choice that you're going to make. The Nine of Cups. So this is a wish fulfillment card. And the Six of Cups, which is happiness and coming to, these are both very positive cards, pile number one. So it looks like in this money matter where you're faced with a choice, this is what's happening, is that either choice, whatever choice you make, you're either, no matter what, you're going to make the right choice and the outcome's going to be good for you. So you might be stressing about this. Either now you might know already that you're going to have to make this choice, or when you get into your when you get to the point where you have to make this choice, don't stress, because no matter what, it's going to turn out great for you. Even if you feel like there can only be one correct choice, they're both correct. No matter what, it's going to work out great for you. Very interesting, pile number one. Well, there you go. Our choice cards are turned out very positive. So we have the Emperor, the King of Wands, and the Queen of Cups, pile number one. And what's interesting about these three cards is we kind of have not polar opposites, but we have very opposite energy here between the Emperor and the Queen of Cups. And then we have this King of Wands, in some ways bridging the gap between these two. The Emperor is authority, control, assuredness, sure that they're correct. They are completely focused on the fact that they are the Emperor. It's a card that shows confidence and leadership. And this is kind of falling in with all of these oracle cards, to tell you the truth, pile number 1. Luck, creative ingenuity, the sun, flexible, change in the wind. These are all real, how should I say it, really positive cards that show a focus on positive outcome, a focus on being successful and luck. This Queen of Cups is your emotional fulfillment, an embodiment of emotional fulfillment, being emotionally available and very, successful in that it's successful, but not necessarily in a way that everybody who is looking at the Emperor is saying, ooh, he's so wealthy. But she is, very comfortable, very in the place where she wants to be, but no one's saying, ooh, she's so wealthy. This King of Wands is kind of bridging the gap between them. He is, an authority figure. He's a king. She's a queen, and he's a king, and he's an emperor. So they're all in positions of authority, but the King of Wands is kind of bridging that gap between an absolute ruler and enjoying yourself. Look at, he's sprinkling fairy dust on this, whatever this is, making things sprout out of the ground. He's got this cute little flying tiger lion amalgamation thing. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it's really cute, and he's just having the time of his life, and he's in a position of authority. He's very successful, yet he's taking time to smell the roses and grow the roses. So what does all of this mean? I think this means that you are trying to find your money mindset, pile number 1. I think you're trying to find what works best for you in your own mind, how you see yourself with money, pile number 1. This is what I see, and I see that you are kind of waffling back and forth between I know what's right and then, oh, do I know what's right? Maybe I'm waffling back and forth. It's kind of tying into the choice thing. You have a choice of how you want to see yourself with money. Do you want to see yourself as working for a wage? Do you see yourself as having a windfall? Do you see yourself as doing having your side job become wildly successful? Do you see yourself as having your traditional career be successful? Those are just some examples. So what I'm seeing for you, pile number 1, is that you do need to do a little bit more soul searching and to understand what you, pile number 1, want. What do you want your money life to look like? Because remember, change in the wind is your main card. This is your main card, pile number, this is your main card, pile number 1, a change in the wind. There's a change coming, and you can decide what that change is. You can decide what this change is going to actually mean for you. And remember, you have the sun. You are going to be successful. You're going to be successful. Luck, creative ingenuity, the sun, flexible, a change in the wind. And remember, we have these choice card outcomes. We have these choice card outcomes, and they were very favorable. So you can be confident in whatever you do decide you want to have your money mindset encompass, and whatever you have your choice ends up being, you pile number 1 are going to do great. It's all wonderful. So that is exactly what I see for you for your money reading for 2024. You are bound for success, pile number 1. Success is coming for you. You are headed straight for success. However you want to say it, you, pile number 1, are successful in money in 2024. So watch out for this person coming towards you. Make sure that you are focused, because whatever you focus on, you're going to succeed in. So you need to just choose what you really want, not what other people want. You know, this emperor, good thing I kept talking, because this emperor could be someone else, pile number 1. This could be an authority figure, a boss, a parent, a mentor, and they might be saying to you, pile number 1, you're going to do this, and then you're going to be successful. Like, you know, say like they want you to go into a certain career, and they're telling you that's the only way you can make money, and you really have to do what they say, blah, blah, blah. You have to make sure that you, pile number 1, no matter what anyone else says, that you are doing what you want, and that is going to be successful. And it doesn't matter what you choose, you're going to be successful. So your big job is to make sure you do choose what you want. Because if you're successful at what you don't really want, that's not going to make you happy. So there you have it, pile number 1. So this is your money reading, and I will be back in a moment, and we will start your career reading. Hi, so here we go. We are going to, I left your 2 main deck oracle cards up. These will be our cards that we're going to have for all 3 of your readings. And we will ask this deck for 1 card for your career reading. So this is the success that you're going to have in money might be tied to your career, or it might not. You don't necessarily need to get your money from work. Your money can come to you. Money can come to you from many, many ways. So let's see what this one said. Oh, again, 2 came out. Wouldn't it be funny if they were the same 2? Let's see. The Horse and Bluebell with Modest Fortitude. What a beautiful card. Oh, this is 49. Card number 49. And card 0, the Mouse and Buttercup with Innocence. From a horse to a mouse. All right, let's get some tarot cards. Again, we're going to pull several cards from your main deck. Wake them up. Okay. And we'll pull 1 card from this deck. Whoa. I guess we're going to pull 2 cards from this deck. One card from this deck. What a beautiful deck. I love the edges. And then 1 card from this deck. It came right out. It came shooting right out. It really wanted to be seen. All right, what do we have for you? Pile number 1, the 4 of Cups. The 10 of Cups. Very favorable. Look at how fat and sassy that cat looks. So pleased. it's soaking up the warmth. The Fool, we have 2 Fool cards. Look at this, where is it? There we go. We have 2 0 cards, both symbolizing the same exact thing, and they're both pretty much the same colors too. Did you see this? Brown, blue, and yellow. So the cards really wanted to show you this message in particular. Oops. The Justice card. So looks like the King and the Beggar both asking for the same justice. We have a Knight of Swords riding a dragon. The Two of Cups, the Love card. You might be, if you're looking for love, you might be finding love while in your career, while working. The Empress. And the Hermit. All right, as usual, I've got... I always just have a little bit too many cards for the space, so I'm going to be back in a sec. I'll move them over just a sec. All right, so pile number 1, I'm seeing a tale of 2 careers here. The first thing that is striking me is this 4 of Cups, this Hermit, and this Justice card. Pile number 1, are you unhappy in your current workplace, in your current career choice? Are you studying for a career that you've realized you don't like? Have you been in a career for a long time you don't like? Change careers, you don't like it? There's something either your workplace, the specific workplace, or the career path in general, or your job, your position within the workplace, or something is giving you this feeling of not being able to even put like anywhere near the effort that you used to. Pile number 1. There's something going on within you. It might be that you are seeing these, negative things play out in the workplace, but it might be completely internal, that you are unhappy about something. And what the answer is, pile number 1, is going within and seeing exactly what is going on with you. Do you see this? There's a Hermit and then there's a little Hermit. See, there's two of the same figure. They're the exact same figure. This little figure here too. They're looking, they seem to be examining each other. They're examining themselves and they're examining each other. I think that this is telling you, this is a deep one, pile number 1. I think this is telling you that you have to look at yourself from within and from without. Like, look at yourself, look at what you want. Look at yourself with fresh eyes, pile number 1. And there's a lot of soul searching that's going to have to happen for you right now. You're going to have to look at yourself with fresh eyes. You're being urged to look at everything as if you've never seen it before. And what And what you have to do is look at yourself from within and see what you really want. This is tying into the money reading we just had. Pile number 1, you are maybe, you're maybe wondering if you're on the right path. But you also have to look at yourself the way you're presenting yourself to others. What's your self-concept in relation to others? You have to look at yourself the way others are looking at you and see, am I, pile number 1, really doing what I want to be doing? And am I relating to people the way I want to relate to them? What am I, pile number 1, doing both both externally, as in dealing with the 3D, and internally, as in manifesting? What am I doing? Is that what I really want? I feel like something about your life, your career life, you are being urged again and again right now to look within and see if it's what you really want. What is so interesting, and weigh your options. Weigh your options. This is you. This is not you. I mean, you might, if you've got some sort of thing going on at work, some dispute, like inter-office dispute, you have some sort of thing, there may be some legal issue. This might be you, it might be saying, look, you're going to be getting justice this year in 2024. But I also am seeing that you, pile number 1, have to be this impartial observer and judgment maker on your own situation. That you are being urged in no uncertain terms to self-reflect and see what you want. Oh, I didn't even do your oracle cards, by the way. We still have a change in the wind. This is your main card. And there's something that might have to drastically change, or maybe small change. Like, a drastic change obviously would be saying, I'm done with this career path I've had for 20 years. I'm going to go and do something else. That would be pretty drastic. A less drastic one would say, I'm moving companies, or I am moving from one department to another within my company, or something like that. It is still a big change, but it's not as drastic. But you're going to have a change this year in 2024, and you are going to stay flexible. You have to. It's telling you have to stay flexible, and you're going to. The Sacred Scar card is saying that you, pile number 1, are using what used to be some, it didn't used to be. It's a painful thing that happened in the past. You used to carry it around as a burden, but now you are using it to help empower you. The memory of it, is empowering you instead of hurting you. Very powerful message. This modest fortitude is kind of funny. You only have to use a little modest fortitude. What's happening here is you've got 2 Fool cards, basically. So you have to look at things with fresh new eyes and judge what you want, decide what you want, go within and decide what you want. And it's not going to take, if you think that, oh my gosh, I want to change careers. And you start thinking, oh, it's going to be, 5 years until I can ever, like giving yourself all these stories. No, it's not. Whatever you are deciding is going to be great. So it doesn't need, it's not going to go badly unless you tell yourself it's going to go badly and believe it, and then it's going to manifest. But we have extremely favorable cards here with the 10 of Cups. It's a wish fulfillment card, the Knight of Swords, the 2 of Cups, the Empress, So the Empress is bringing creativity and bringing a passion for your work, bringing creativity, bringing this emotional balance, kind of a balanced emotional state to your work. So this is very favorable to whatever you decide that you want. You could decide. There's nothing saying that you have to change. Pile number 1, you don't have to end up changing careers. You don't have to end up changing jobs or companies. You just have to look within and decide what you want. There's something about your job, your career, that you are feeling apathetic about. You have to go within and say, do I really want this? If the answer is yes, that's great. If you're just in the doldrums but there's no real reason, and you just say, oh, I love my job. What was I complaining about? If that's a conclusion you come to, fabulous. Then you went within, found your answer, and now you can just be happy in the job that you already have. So I wanted to make sure you know that is also an outcome. So the Two of Cups, it is a love. It is usually signifying a romantic love connection, but this is the career reading. So that means that your relationships in your workplace are going to be great. And you might need to just get out of your own way, pile number 1. Because we have this Lover's card, we have the Knight of Swords, which is going forward with knowing what you want. You're going for it. You are going toward your goal, and you are using your intellect. You're using your intelligence, all the things that you want. Your work. You're going for your goal. Say that you actually did want to stay in your job. You're not only going to stay in your job, you're going to start applying for a new position that you like even better, and that's great. You're just going for it, and you're going to be successful because we have this 10 of Cups, which is straight up wish fulfillment. There's nothing else. These people are so happy. They're in the cat, of course, in the cat. There's nothing else they want. They have everything they want. They have everything they need. They are so happy. Everything's fulfilled. This is you. So whatever it is that you might be doubting, that you might be feeling, am I in the right career? Am I in the right? Look within. The only thing you can do is look within, pile number 1. That you're the only one that has answers. You're the only one that has the answers that you can give. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if that. You're the only one that can give yourself the answers that you want and crave. That's a way. I don't know what I was saying before. But pile number 1, this is your career reading. It's a great reading. You have to look within. You have to make sure that you're going to change careers, change jobs, change companies, or rededicate yourself to what you do want, or begin a second career, a second career, begin a career that like an entrepreneur, go back to school, whatever it is. Of course, the possibilities are almost endless what you could do. The only thing that you have to do is make sure that that's what you want, because it's going to be successful. Just like the money one, it's like you're going to be successful. So just make sure it's what you want, because you want to. It's great to be successful, but it's really great to be successful at what you want to do in the first place. So pile number 2, this is your money reading. I will be back in a moment, and we will start your love reading for 2024. We're back. I cleaned off everything, and now we will look at your 2024 in love. So let's wake up this oracle deck. We'll just get one card here. Here's this one wants to come out. What do we have here? Ooh, it's the same one you got for money. The Sun. What a favorable card. It's so favorable it came out twice. And let us look at this deck. 2 came out for the other 2 readings, so I think we're going to pull 2 for this one too, because it keeps on, it wants to come out. 2 want to come out each time. All right, let's see what this has to say to us. The Vulture and Asphodel with Upheaval. This is 14. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is 14. Oh my gosh. This is exactly what you got in your career reading too. This is 49. The Horse and Bluebell with Modest Fortitude. All right, I'm excited. Excited for what the cards are going to tell us. So let's see what is pile number 1's love reading for 2024. Let us see. We want a card. 2 wanted to come out here. Oh my gosh, you're going to have a lot of cards for your love reading. These 2 want to come out. We're going to have a lot of cards here. All right. The Hanged Man. And we had the Hanged Man in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith is hanging out alone. But in this one, the Hanged Man has found a friend who is giving him water or some sort of drink. Maybe it's something stronger than water. We don't know. The Strength card. Look at all this love happening in the Strength card. It's kind of funny because we're saying this is a love reading, right? And look, already we have the Hanged Man and Strength, and there's already so much love in these cards that aren't traditionally necessarily associated with love. Oh my gosh, we have the Lover's card. And the Lover's card in a love reading is, I'm going to read that as a love card. The Fool. Oh, some of you are going to have new love coming, and you're going to be feeling really excited. You're going to fall in love, and someone's going to fall in love with you. The Justice card. How interesting. The Wheel of Fortune. This is called the Wheel of Life in this deck. You know what's so cute is look at this little card with little bunny with a scarf on. How cute. And we have this bunny with a bunch of jewelry on. And we have the Ace of Wands, another new beginning, symbolizing the same thing kind of as the Fool. We have the Ten of Swords. We have 4 more cards. Oh my gosh, the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Swords. And we have the Eight of Wands. So let me rearrange these cards. I'll be back in a sec. All right, pile number 1. There is so much going on in this reading. We have, if you didn't notice, we have some major things going on. First of all, the first thing is we have a change in the wind and we have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, and I don't know if you saw, the Wheel of Fortune has all of the zodiac signs in it, but there's change coming for you. Pile number 1 in your love life. And look, there's this flexible card, but you know what? It's the person is static, but they are in motion too, if you understand what I mean. They're not running or swimming or, you know, riding a bicycle or something. They're static, but they're also in movement. Every single muscle in their body is working together to keep them in that position. So it looks static at first, but it's really in motion. You are in motion right now. And there's upheaval. So this is just yet another of, I should have picked this up with the change in the wind. So I'm going to show all of these to you at once. Change in the wind, that's number 12. Upheaval, that is 14. 10, the Wheel of Life. They're all telling you that there is some change coming for you. Pile number 1. There's motion in a lot of your cards. Major motion, major change. So another thing, if you did not notice, we just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcana in a row. So that doesn't just mean that there's, I mean, so we didn't only get 1, 2, 3 cards that are major changes. We also got 6 major arcana in a row, which is major doings. Pile number 1. This, to me, does not just signify, oh, you're going to get in a new relationship. This means you're going to get in a new relationship and it's going to be something else, is some huge thing that is happening for you. As in, you're getting in a new relationship and you, pile number 1, are able to be the you that you've always wanted to be within that relationship. You are able to sustain the relationship in a way you never have before. Or you are renewing your current relationship or an old relationship in a way that you never were able to before. This is the kind of major energy that we are seeing. There's something, it's not only, as I said, it's not only, oh, you're getting in a new relationship. That's big enough, right? You're getting in a new relationship, or your relationship, your current relationship is renewing itself, and you are renewing yourself. Major reading here. So we also have these 2 8s. So that's nice. They came up very close together. So we have the 8 of Pentacles and we have the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Pentacles is working really hard and harvesting your work. So this cricket person has been training her little centipede dragonfly pet with strawberries and tomatoes. I don't know, that looks like a tomato to me, but she's been training this little character to do something, and this little dragonfly character is so well trained now. She's going to be able to bring this little cute pet to wherever she wants to bring it. She's been training it so hard, and now she's going to reap the rewards. That is what you have been doing. What a silly little and cute little illustration. That's what you've been doing. You've been working so hard, and you've kind of been working, as this card says, you've kind of been working alone. You've kind of been off in a room alone. I mean, she's with her pet, but you've been off in a room alone, or maybe with your pet, working away. And now it's time to show it to the world. Now she's going to bring this little dragonfly cat thing out to the world, and she is going to be this act that she has been working on is going to astound everyone. She's going to be on Twitter and TikTok and everywhere else with all of these tricks that she has taught this little pet to do. And this is the 8 of Wands, and that is a lot of forward movement, rapid forward movement. And it's funny because this illustration is not, at first sight, at first glance, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of movement, but these are all lightning bugs. And she's got them all on strings. So she's harnessing all this power, and this power is, I mean, electricity moves extremely fast, and so does light. The speed of light is what we measure everything else by, right? The speed of light is a benchmark with which we measure other things that move really fast. So how much faster can you get than the speed of light? Not very fast. I mean, you know what I'm saying, right? So whatever you've been doing and working on is coming to fruition, and you are going to have a lot of forward movement. So have you been working on your self-concept, your love self-concept? Have you been working on your concept of your partner, or have you been working to manifest a new person? What have you been doing? Because whatever you've been doing, it's working, and you are going to be reaping you are going to be harvesting the benefits of your hard work in 2024. And then we have, as I said, these are, there's so much to say here. So we have the Hanged Man, we have Strength card. So the Hanged Man was alone, hanging out, being, I guess, accepting his 3D circumstance of being tied by one ankle to this tree and just hanging out there. And now he's being given this drink, whatever it is. Could be water, could be something else. And he is presumably going to be untied. So there's togetherness and caring and genuine caring for each other in this Hanged Man, which is not usual. We have this Strength card, which is just so loving. The Strength card is so loving and so just meaningful, right? So both of these figures, the woman and the lion, are both so happy and so trusting and so loving. It's like another Lover's card. They both love each other. They both trust each other, and they both love to be together. And these two are right next to the Lover's card. And the Lover's card in a love reading is going to be, I'm going to call it a love card, even though it could be signifying a choice. With these two, there's no other real choice that I'm seeing for you, so it doesn't have any connotations of choice that I'm seeing right now. So this Lover's card is a love card. Love is going to be in your love life in 2024, if you understand what I mean. It's not like you're having it's not like you're just having a love life. It's having your love life is going to be filled with love. And for me, in this reading for you, because we're kind of standing these things on their head, not to really whatever. But this Hanged Man and this, I have 2 points about this. So number one, the Fool is, no matter what's going on around this Fool, he's still enjoying the sweet smell of this rose. That means that no matter what is going on in your lives, you and your special person are going to be still enjoying each other. It doesn't matter what stress is going on. It doesn't matter what terrible things are going on, or wonderful things going on, or exciting things going on, or thrilling, or frightening, or whatever is going on. You're still going to appreciate each other and love each other and take time for each other. So this is a great feeling. This is a great message for you. And also there's some acceptance, there's some deep seated acceptance of yourselves, you and your partner, especially you, because it's your reading, but you and your partner are going to be coming together in a way that you never have experienced before, pile number one. You've never experienced this closeness and this coming together. So this Fool and Justice together, the Fool, the Justice, and the Wheel of Fortune, very interesting. And I'm just seeing that again. Your love life is going to be balanced, and not in a way that's boring. It's not as if you are going to be having some sort of humdrum, I'm in this relationship, I guess it's okay. No, none of that. You are going to have one that is balanced in all of the right ways, where you feel like when you are in a hard position, your partner is there for you. You're going to feel complete love and acceptance. You are going to feel like you are the best, most perfect lovers. And no matter what is going on around you both, you're going to see each other. You're going to support each other. You're going to be there for each other. And again, you are finding in this relationship like you have never been so, it's a balanced relationship. It's not one person doing all the giving and one person doing all the taking. It's none of that. It's that you both are completely, your give and take and complete and utter love, complete and utter balanced relationship that is not balanced in a boring way. It's balanced in a loving and fulfilling way. We've already gone through the Wheel of Fortune. The Ace of Wands, it's very interesting here. Pile number one. Because we have this Ace of Wands and the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is kind of an outlier. I don't even think it belongs with this Ace of Wands. I'm going to pull a couple cards for this one because, no, I'll get to it in a second. This Ace of Wands, we just have, look at her expression. She's just so happy. And this little baby dragon and the little baby fox character, everybody is so happy and everything is in a beautiful state of renewal. And again, this does not mean, if you're in a relationship, this doesn't mean that you're going to have a new relationship. It doesn't mean that your upheaval, your Wheel of Fortune, your change in the wind is going to make, is not saying that you have to get a new relationship. This means that there's going to be a change, but there's a strong sense of renewal. It doesn't have to be new necessarily, but there is going to be a renewal. If you want to have a new relationship, that's great. But if you want to renew your relationship or an old relationship, that's in your cards. And we have already seen the Sun from the money. We've seen this particular card from the money reading, and this is the Sun card. This is, again, the guidebook said, reminding us that the sun is not reflecting light. The sun is generating its own light. So you, pile number 1, are generating your own love. And you too, both of you as a couple, are generating your own love. If you understand what I mean, you're generating your own power in this relationship. It's going to be a beautiful relationship. Your love life in 2024 is stellar, pile number 1. And this Queen of Swords, you know what you want. You know what you want. You've manifested this new relationship. You are completely and utterly focused on what you want. You have been manifesting this, and it's come to fruition. You've been working, and now, pile number 1, it's coming for you. This 10 of Swords, this is betrayal. This is being stabbed in the back. This is being just grief. And again, we can see the only thing that we're seeing, that I'm seeing, that could possibly be related to this 10 of Swords is this upheaval. But the thing that is more connected with this upheaval is the Wheel of Fortune and a change in the wind. It really isn't giving me any strong sense of being connected with the 10 of Swords in this reading. So I'm going to pull another couple cards because I want to see. Let's see. Can we have some clarification on this 10 of Swords? Oops. How crazy. This is the 10 of Swords again. It popped up. All right, so we want a couple clarifiers for this. Wow, what a strong message. Pile number 1. It kind of gives me these chills when something like this happens. I wonder if this is enough. Let's see. Pile number 1. Isn't that weird when things like this happen? You are getting a strong message about that this 10 of Swords is very important for your love reading. And if, again, remember, this is the after tarot. And remember when I told you this Hanged Man, in the original Rider-Waite-Smith, not original, you know what I mean, the tarot deck that we all know, the iconic tarot deck, the Hanged Man is alone. In this after tarot card, the Hanged Man is being given a drink by a companion. In the Strength card, they're just so in love. They love each other, and they are so trusting of each other. And in this one, initially, I'm sorry, not initially, but in the original Rider-Waite-Smith, this figure is stabbed in the back and alone on the beach. But in this one, he is being carried, we don't know where, but he's being carried and is no longer alone. Which is interesting. Let's see what these 3 cards have to say. The 5 of Cups, how interesting. There's something going on here. The 7 of Swords. The 5 of Wands. Wow, pile number 1. My mind is blown. What is going on? There's something here. It seems like the more we're asking, the more I'm asking what's going on, the more is coming out. Do we even need to know? Do we need to know? Is this something from your past that I feel, oh my God, pile number one, I see what's going on. I know exactly what's going on. I know exactly what's going on, and we don't even need to look at this. We don't need to look at these. This is what's going on. If we start digging into, hey, what's this little bit of sorrow that you're carrying around, pile number one? We don't need to know this. We're going to put these face down. We don't need to know this. This is what the lesson is. We don't need to dig. We don't need to dig into things, betrayals from the past. We don't need to dig into heartache, old heartache. We don't need to even think about it. What this is telling us is, if you want this, you don't dig into anything. If you get triggered with some old heartache, with, oh, someone said, my partner said this statement that I'm kind of like, oh, that makes me feel, it reminds me of something that happened in the past, something that I don't like. Well, if you want to cover over all of these good cards with all of these cards that mean things like betrayal and leaving behind things that, are making you, not leaving behind things that are making you sad, things that are making you feel betrayed, things that are making you feel this, X, Y, Z, then you can, through your own power of your mind, you can cover all of this love with old patterns. That's why I didn't feel any connection between this upheaval and this Ten of Swords, because the upheaval for you, pile number one, is when you are triggered, remember that it's not true. The upheaval is within you, pile number one. What a strong and crazy message that you just are like, this is all in your grasp. Remember, we got 6 major arcana in a row. We got tons of awesome cards. We got lovers, but we got love even in cards that don't necessarily mean like love. We saw strong signs of love even in that 10 of swords that we pulled. People are with the 10 of swords figure, giving him care and attention, and they're showing him respect, right? All of this can be yours. Wow, pile number one. This is a crazy good reading, and your 2024 is amazingly positive. Money, career, and love. And just a reminder that anything that triggers you, you can let you can let the other cards and the quote-unquote negative cards, the negative thoughts, you can let them just spread out all over and cover up any positive things. Or you can say, okay, I don't need to follow that thought that triggered me from my past. That statement triggered me from my past, and now I realize, I understand with all my work that I've been doing, training. This is you. This is your mind. You've been training your mind. You've been working on your new self-concept and your concept of your specific person. Now you're putting it in practice. You're going out into the world, aka your relationship. And this is what you are strong enough to deny now, that this is your upheaval, pile number 3. And I'm so impressed with what you have been able to do. And now I understand what this modest fortitude means. It means that you've worked so much that it barely takes you any effort anymore to be the person that you always wanted to be. So pile number 1, this is your reading, and your 2024 looks fabulous, and I just am so happy that you spent this time with me and that you are so impressive. You're so impressive. I'm so impressed with you, and thank you so much. If you did like this reading, I know you did. I know you did, because it was a great 3 readings. I'd love it if you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you very soon. Bye. Pile number 2, welcome. Thank you for joining me for this extremely special reading for your 2024. You chose this Oracle deck in this green aventurine oval. And we will put this here with its friends to hang out. Let's take a couple of these cards. Wake them up. Wake up the deck. Actually, this one wants to come out here. And we will shuffle this one a little bit more. And we will then take the bottom card. You have to hold on a sec. All right, so this is the Spirit card. This is the Magnetism of Eros. This is card number 1. This is a really fascinating card here. And then this other oracle card is Lasya of Parvati. All right, so we'll put this one here and this here. And these will stay through for all 3 of our readings: money, career, and love. All right, and then we are going to pull 1 or 2 cards from each of these other 2 decks. This one wanted to come out. Time for a nap. It's time for a nap. Do you see this cute little fox? This is card number 24. And we'll take a couple cards from this. This deck was giving 2 cards for the other readings. So we will take 2 cards for this one. We have the Frog and Lotus with Metamorphosis. This is card 6. And we have the Horse and Bluebell with Modest Fortitude. This is card 49. All right. So this I will use as your main deck. So I'll take several cards from this one, then I'll take a few from some other decks. So let's ask this deck to give us some cards for pile number 2 for 2024 for money. All right. And then we have this deck. We'll take a few cards from this one. I'm so excited about this big reading. We'll take one from this deck. And one from this deck. Lots of cards. Let's look one more card for the money reading for all of 2024. How exciting. What do we have here? The Ace of Cups, a new beginning. Look at all those feathers. You're gonna laugh at me, but this this kind of reminds me of the bat signal. Maybe this peacock fights crime in its spare time. You never know. You never know. It could. All right. We have the King of Cups. Wow, ace to king in one fell swoop. We have the Seven of Swords. Oh my god, I've looked at this deck, this card so many times. I never noticed this face. It's got a sword too. This face in the back. Oh, wow. And yeah, I never noticed. There's 3 swords here. There's 3 swords here. But this shadowy figure has the 7th sword. Oh, creepy. Gives me the chills. Wow, I never noticed that. The Hanged Man. Very happy Hanged Man. Did you see the sun? I'm noticing a lot of things. The sun has the infinity symbol on it. The High Priestess. A manifestation card, like she manifests things. There's Cthulhu coming up. But like friendly to her. She's so powerful that even mythical beasts are just do her bidding. The Queen of Swords. Wow, you're channeling a lot of power here with your money situation. Oh, that's right. This face, sometimes it will try to focus on the face. The camera is wanting to focus on that face instead of the card I'm holding up sometimes. So this is the 7 of Cups, some sort of choice. The High Priestess with Persephone. And you see, this is your 2nd High Priestess. We'll put it here for now. And the Fool card. All right. Give me a second and I will rearrange these as usual. We need to rearrange things so that you can see all of your cards at once. There's such a powerful message for you. So how this is working, this is your main oracle deck. These 2 cards are from your main oracle deck. So these 2 cards are going to be with us throughout all 3, money, career, and love. And they have such strong messages, these 2 cards. This one, Lasya of Parvati, it's saying that there's a better way than stressing about your manifestations. That taking a step back and being, just knowing, just how Neville might say, you just step into your I am and you allow yourself to be the person that has what you want. And maybe you have found yourself, just as an example, maybe you have found yourself, if you do a lot of techniques, feeling stressed and feeling like the techniques are what get you your manifestation. But it's not the techniques that get you your manifestation, it's your techniques that can help you get into the state where you can get your manifestations. So this Lasya of Parvati is reminding you that it's taking a step back and realizing that it's you that gets your manifestations, not the techniques. And this magnetism of Eros is actually saying the same thing, not the same, very similar thing. So that just taking again, it's the same sense though of taking a step back and saying, okay, instead of focusing so much on the outcome, just being what you Embodying what you desire. These two cards are saying pretty much the same thing. Embodying what you desire is more powerful than any technique, than any other mindset, than any other state. And the last card that came out, so again, these are, and I just kind of unconsciously put this card here, but I often think that the ones that are on opposite, diagonal ends are connected somehow. So these two cards and this card are diagonally opposed yet drawing together. It's just another reminder of seeing things with your new eyes, and not in a way that you have to change your manifestations, that you have to change your techniques, just that you take a step back and be that with which you want. Be the new you, embody the new you, embody the new state. Neville says you have to die to the old man, the old you. I mean, obviously this is a figurative, this is just an analogy, a figure of speech. You have to say goodbye to the old you to be the new you. There's no two ways about it. You have to say goodbye to the old you to become the new you. And that's what all three of these cards are saying. And I find it significant here that with this money, in this money reading, so all the rest of these cards are just, so these are your core cards. And this card that's only for this reading is also echoing these cards. So all the rest of these cards, these oracle cards and these tarot cards, are for just the money reading. And I find it significant that this first card that came up is Time for a Nap, because it is saying the same thing. It's saying you are working hard, and maybe you're working too hard and putting too much pressure on yourself, and being stressed is not embodying the state of abundance. People can be stressed when they have a lot of money, but the things are together. You can be stressed and have a lot of money, but if you have a lot of money, you're never stressed that you don't have, because you don't have money. You're stressed even though you have money. So embodying the state of having money is not being stressed because you don't have money. I feel like there's a message here for your money manifestations and your money mindset for 2024 is that taking a step back and allowing yourself to just be in the state of having money, no matter how you want it to come to you. And again, this time for a nap, this stepping away from stress, time for a nap, comes right with this Frog and Lotus with Metamorphosis. It's telling you, look, you are... I have to put this over this face because the camera keeps on wanting to focus on this face. So funny. That you are so close to your metamorphosis, pile number 2, that the Metamorphosis card came right next to the Time for a Nap. It's again, your metamorphosis into the new you is so close that it's right next door, and that you only need a little bit more work, or just not even work. You just need a little bit more time. You just need to persist a little bit more. That's what this is all saying. It's like, it's very close. It's here. It's here. You already are. It's like, just let go. Not let go of your manifestation, but let go of the tension. Let go of the tension. That's what both of these cards are telling you. So pile number 2, it's so, your cards are so interesting. There is, number 1, there's these 3 cards that are just so interesting to read together. And again, so freaky, this little double face, and you can see it's the same person, right? So what's happening here, pile number 2, is that this person, the Seven of Swords person, who is, there's some sort of trickery or thievery or some sort of deception that this figure in the foreground has done. They have stolen these swords. They've, in the traditional tarot card, the Seven of Swords tarot card, there's a figure taking all the swords away from the enemy camp. Well, stealing the sword so the other side can't fight. This person has engaged in some sort of trickery. But you know what's funny now? Then we see that person, another version of that person with the last sword that's going to play a trick on this person. So the trickery keeps on going. The trickery is an infinity sign, like this Hanged Man. So that's what is, there's something linking these two cards together, and that this, I pointed out already, this infinity sign here, and this treachery, this deception is an infinite circle. There's going to be deception after deception. So, pile number 2, I'm wondering if you are feeling like you are going to know with your specific situation. Do you feel like you're the person who's going to be engaging in deception, or could be led to, could be, you could be tempted, is what I'm trying to say, to do this? Or is it there's somebody in your life that you fear that that's going to do this to you? And do you feel like you're feeling a little stuck? You're feeling a little stuck because either you are feeling like you have to engage in some trickery to get money, or you feel stuck because you are afraid someone else is going to trick you, or something is going on with you, pile number 2. And this Seven of Cups is telling us that you are going to be faced with a choice, and this choice is going to have unintended consequences, because this figure has made his choice. He's grabbed, these cups are filled with things. Castle, looks like enlightenment. There's victory, but if you notice, victory has a death's head on the goblet. A dragon. He's chosen these jewels. He took the jewels from one of the cups, but he either didn't notice or doesn't care, because he's just staring at the jewels and he loves the jewels. But he doesn't notice or doesn't care that one of the other cups emptied and the snake has now wrapped itself around his middle, but he doesn't care or hasn't noticed yet, because he's just so enamored of his newfound wealth. So he's chosen wealth, but he is also ensnared by the snake. So snakes also symbolize, for a lot of people, trickery, which is the Seven of Swords. So I'm telling you, pile number 1, there's a strong message, and all 3 of these are linked together, because the infinity symbol on this Hanged Man is really linking all 3 of them together. Is there a choice that you're facing, pile number 2, with money? Is there a person that you are fearing is going to be treacherous? Is there a part of you that you might fear that you I mean, I'm sorry, is there a part of you that you fear might betray someone? There's something in your money that I guess all of these questions matter, and yet none of them matter, because, stay with me, pile number one, because what I'm saying is this comes down to your conception of money, your mindset about money. There's something that you're hanging on to that means that money has to come with stress, has to come with backstabbing, has to come with choices that are then detrimental, that, you might, maybe, I'm just going to give you an example. Maybe you feel like, if I get money, I'm going to lose all my friends. My friends are going to hate me. That's a classic thing that a lot of people have. They say, oh, if I get money, everybody's going to be jealous of me. If I get money, everybody's going to ask me for money. If I get money, everybody's going to blah, 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 blah. All these stories, right? And that's not necessarily true. That's a story that people might be telling themselves. Another example might be, if I make money, I'm going to lose it all. If you get money, you, like, let's say, oh, if you win the, all those stories, like, if you win the lottery, most lottery winners lose all their money within, I don't want to say 5 years. That's not necessarily true. That's just those people's money mindset made them susceptible to losing the money. It's not a necessity. It's not necessary. It's not a necessity for people that win the lottery to then lose all that money. It is born out from their money mindset. They weren't as wealthy. They became ultra wealthy. They lost that money. They went from the 3D state of being, let's say, being poor, to the 3D state of being wealthy. But their money mindset did not change from being poor to being wealthy. They were still wealthy. I'm sorry. They were still poor in their inner selves, even though their 3D was showing them that they were wealthy. That's why they became poor again. That's why they lost all that money, because their conception of themselves didn't change to I am wealthy. Their conception of themselves stayed I am poor. So they therefore had to go back to the state of being poor, which is that infinity symbol. I feel like this is your crux card here in this money mindset reading, because you are stuck in whatever state you choose to be stuck in. If you are going to be stuck in a state, or let's not say stuck, if you're going to be hanging out, which is way better because this is the Hanged Man, so the Hanged Man is hanging out. If you're going to be hanging out in a state, you want it to be the state that you want to be in, that you want to occupy. So you, pile number one, need to choose which state you want to be in regarding money. And the state that you want to be in is whatever state you prefer. Not the state you are in, not the state you think you should be in, but the state you prefer. Whatever amount of money, whatever amount of wealth, whatever amount of all the good things that you want, you, pile number two, need to occupy that state. So we have two high priestesses, which is when we have two, especially in a reading, I didn't pull that many tarot cards. And you have two high priestesses, and they came pretty close to each other. It's a powerful message. And the high priestess is abundance. The high priestess, both of these figures are abundance. Persephone is the goddess of springtime, when things are the most free-flowing, the most magical in that some tiny, tiny little seed turns into this giant plant. Just think about a little kernel of corn, little corn kernel, and it will grow into a giant corn stalk. And so things like that happen everywhere around the world in springtime. So your manifestation is like springtime. You are just about ready. As 2024 comes in, you are going to be manifesting what your 2024 is for your money mindset. So what do you want it to be? Again, I'm going to take this Hanged Man out because this Hanged Man is hanging out. This is your mascot for your money mindset. You keep this in mind. What am I, pile number 2, hanging out in? What mindset, what money mindset am I hanging out in? I need to make sure the money mindset I'm hanging out in is the one I want to manifest, because whatever I'm hanging out in is the one I'm manifesting. So if I want to be wealthy and prosperous, I need to be the version of me that is wealthy and prosperous. And again, you don't need to suffer along and be completely obsessed with affirming 24/7 if it doesn't make you feel good, because remember, these 3 cards are, there's a better way than being so tense about it. Your metamorphosis is coming. You are turning into whatever you're hanging out, whatever state you're hanging out in is what you are going to metamorphose into in 2024. So let's get to the stellar cards here. You've got the Ace of Cups, new beginning. Again, metamorphosis, new beginning. Fool. You've got all of this, new beginning. The Fool card, looking at things with a new truth, your new truth, pile number 2. The King of Cups, embodying fulfillment and abundance. His cup is full. The High Priestess, manifesting what you want. This miracle of springtime. You are going to have a miracle of springtime. And then look at what this Queen of Swords is doing. She is completely in her power. She's sitting in the seat of her power. And she has this deadly sword, but she's able to hold it so delicately with just one hand. It looks effortlessly too, that this butterfly is landing on the tip of her sword. She's a magical being, and so are you, pile number 2. So this doesn't have to be your truth. You can have wealth without it being weird. You can have wealth without having the snake of treachery coming out at you. It's the state that you're embodying, pile number 2. Whatever you want to hang out in as your money mindset, you are going to experience in 2024. This is such a beautiful message, pile number 2, is that you are the driver of your money truth, and you just have to choose it. And less is more. Time for a nap. It's going to happen. Relax. Enjoy the last few weeks of 2023, and your 2024 is full of whatever you want it to be, pile number 2. So let me clear out this fascinating reading, money reading, and we will get back in a few seconds with your career reading. Okay, pile number 2, we are back for our career reading for you. Let's wake up these cards, and it looks like this one wants to come out. Never-ending story, card number 37. And if you see, there's little words. It's pointing right between yes and no. And then we will take a couple cards from this deck. This one. What do we have? Ooh, 3 came out. Oh, the Barren Cedar with leadership. This is card number 4. That's a good word, good card for career, right? Leadership. The Turtle and Coriander with satisfaction. This is card number 31. And the Lizard and Pitcher Plant with stagnation. This is card number 12. All right, let's leave this here. All right, so we're going to go back to your main deck, and we will pull several cards from this one. I feel like this one wants to come out, and this one. We're asking for career cards here. Then take 1 or 2 cards from this one. Oh, all right, let's see. Page of Pentacles already. A Pentacles comes right out. Writing a letter to you. Maybe the Page of Pentacles is writing you an email. The Justice card. I saw a picture of an owl the other day, which the owl was wet, and so it was, you know how we have this vision of owls as just really puffy and pretty big for birds. Well, the owl's head was completely tiny, and the head looked just like a pair of the head was so tiny it looked like just a pair of eyeballs was the entirety of the head, because all of the feathers were matted down with rain. Very funny. Ace of Wands, new beginning for you. New beginning that you are manifesting. The Three of Swords. We have the Ten of Cups. Awesome things coming for you in your career. The Four of Cups. The Strength card. Look at these. Do you see this? This little knight on an ant stabbing this heart, and then these other hearts having some fights. It looks like the card suits came up. It's not heart. This is club stabbing a heart. Looks like the cards came alive. So funny. And then the Queen of Cups. Wow. So pile number 2, very interesting combination of cards here. What do we have here? So this is your career reading. And you know, careers are personal to us, and it's not like you necessarily, it's, what I'm trying to say is, we don't always think of a career as so personal to us, but it really is. And there's something that happened to you in the past, or maybe you even saw someone else being betrayed at work, or having their heart broken, or not getting a promotion they really wanted, or you not getting a promotion you really wanted, or you being not able to break into a certain career, or you know, anything that really was personal to you. And yes, our egos are wrapped up, a lot of us, our egos are wrapped up in our career. So you having just such a heartache over something is not preventing you from reaching again to this success. I'm seeing, since this is a career reading, this is success. This is a star of success. And you're touching, you're reaching out to touch it, even though something has hurt you, something has shaken your confidence. It's significant, I think, that there's a snake here on one side and a little butterfly on the other. There's you know, this dying rose on this side and rosebuds on this side. He's in the action of turning away from this to this, and it's his choice whether he continues to turn and face this way, or stop and continue facing this way. It's his choice. He can either face the dying rose, the snake, and the memory of his disappointment, or he can face the rosebuds, the butterfly or moth or whatever it is, and the hope, the success. That's you. Pile number 2. And right underneath it is the strength card. Strength and fortitude, but again, remember, your 2 core cards are this Lasya of Parvati and Magnetism of Eros. And what they are they're both reminding you that right now for you, pile number 2, less is more. Coming at your manifestations with love and joy, and not, what am I trying to say? Not holding on to both the end result that you want and the way it comes about. So let's say this is a career reading. So let's say you really want to become a singer. Let's just take that. Let's just, you can substitute any sort of career, but I'll just say as a singer, you want a career as a singer, and you are obsessed about getting on. You are obsessed about getting on television in a competition. You think that's the only way you can attain the success and recognition that you want. And so you are rejected. You're rejected for this television show that you really wanted to be on, and you were convinced that that was the only way you were going to be successful. It's your only chance. Well, you're in the middle of grieving your you're in the middle of grieving your rejection from this television show, and somebody says, oh, come, my singer, my singer has laryngitis. Your friend has a band, and they call you up and say, my singer has laryngitis. Can you come sing? We have a gig tonight. And you've been crying for 2 hours, and your first response is no. Well, you can say no, or you can say yes. What if you say yes, and some huge agent is at the gig, and they say, oh my gosh, I need to sign that singer right now? Or, you know what? Or it could be, oh, you just get 10 new fans, and those 10 fans each tell 10 people, and soon this exponential growth means you're more famous than you would have been if you had been on the competition. What I'm saying is, these cards are telling you that your success can come in so many ways you just don't even have any idea how many ways it can come. You can't conceive of how many ways it can come because you can't conceive of every story. It is a never-ending story. Our 3D world is a never-ending story, and you can see all of these answers. No, no, yes, love, no, yes, me, yes, yes, no. That little arrow can go spin on, like, there could be a new answer every millisecond. Okay? So, what about these two oracle cards? Pile number 2, leadership and satisfaction. For those of you who are working in an office, what does this mean to you? For those of you who are working anywhere, or going to school, or anything, what does this mean to you? As if you're an entrepreneur, it's going to be your leadership. You have to be satisfied with it. If you're in school, you have to be satisfied with, not have to be, you want to be, or at a place of employment, you want this. These are like, you really want to have this in your working life. If you work alone, there's only you. If you work alone, there's only you. Maybe you need a mentor. Maybe if you're working alone, pile number 2, you need a mentor, and this is your signal to seek out someone who can be your mentor. And it's significant that these are right above this 4 of Cups, which is stagnation, which is being unfulfilled, feeling unfulfilled, even though you have things that you might like, you're turning away. And it is right next to this stagnation. This is being unsatisfied, dissatisfied, bored, stagnating. There's no coincidence that these two are under leadership and satisfaction. There's something going on here, pile number 2. And again, it's going to differ depending on where you are in your career. Are you a entrepreneur? Then you have to look within. Are you a student? Then you have to maybe, talk to your, get a petition going. I don't know if there's some real problem. But if you're just stagnating, if you're just feeling some sort of ennui, then you have to look within and say, okay, say you're in school and you've been with one certain club, you've been doing some certain sport or some certain activity, you've been in some certain club, and you're feeling stagnant and bored, join a new club. Or it could be just that easy. Could be that easy. Since this is your career, we're not talking about your interpersonal relationships at work or school necessarily. We could be just talking about purely what you're experiencing there and how you can make it better, because there's this little block of 4 cards that is saying, I'm really starting to think that this leadership has to come from you no matter where you are. So if you're a student, you might need to just seek out, maybe you are thinking about changing your major. Maybe you're thinking about having a career change. You know, if you're already in your career, if you're in a midlife career change mindset, that maybe this is exactly what this means, that you're feeling like there's some sort of stagnation and that you can't be happy with how things are, and you will need to make a change. This balance, this Justice card, this balance is saying that there has to be work-life balance, and there has to be balance between what you want and what you want for your future and what you have now. There has to be some sort of recognition. There has to be some sort of there has to be a point where you say, yes, this is my truth. Yes, this is my, I'm admitting that I need to make a change, or I'm admitting that I need to, it keeps on trying to focus on this card's face. I admit that I need to see things for what they really are. I admit that I need to change my major. I admit that I need to change jobs. Or it could be, I admit that I need to change my mindset. I admit that everything's fine. I've just been coming to work with a bad attitude and saying, oh, I hate this job or whatever. And it's really actually a fine job, and all that needed to change was you. You will decide this. You will decide what your truth is. So we have Page of Pentacles. Lots of plans, lots of energy, lots of maneuvering and hopes and dreams. Pile number 2. And then, of course, there's this new beginning. What do you want your new beginning to be? It's just like anything else. Whatever state you're occupying is what you're going to manifest. What do you want, pile number 2, and what is going on in your head to help or hinder it? The Strength card and this Queen of Cups and this 10 of Cups. You have to be not careful, but cognizant. You have to be cognizant. You have to admit that to feel this overwhelming satisfaction and love and abundance, which 10 of Cups is a complete wish fulfillment card, it's coming from within. And again, there's no mistake that this wish fulfillment card of complete, it's not just abundance, it's emotional fulfillment from a loving group. You know, they all are so happy together. So there's no mistake that this came right next to this ennui, this stagnation pair. This being happy with what you have, being abundant, sure, it's being abundant, but it's also being happy with this abundance. It's right next to this not being happy with really not being happy with anything, and being unhappy with everything. Turning away in boredom from what is presented to you. There's no mistake that they came right next to each other. And of course, the stagnation is right next to this Four of Cups. So this little pairing are reminding you that you can be given something, and it's up to you whether you're happy with it or not. Of course, if it's not nice, we don't have to be happy with it. If it is nice, we still have a choice whether we want to be happy with it or not. And the Strength card, it's kind of funny, this little illustration here. These card suit symbols are fighting, and this knight and what is it? It looks like an ant, right? It looks like a flying ant. Yeah, it looks like a flying ant is stabbing this heart with a knitting needle. They're up to all sorts of shenanigans here. And if you notice, there's some sort of the same look on her face as you would expect. If you, pile number 2, were standing on top of this card. Oh, if you were standing on top of this card tower and you were watching all of these shenanigans, you would be feeling something. You would be feeling excitement, horror, joy, whatever. You'd be feeling something. Amazement. She looks like she's feeling bored. So, again, what is being presented to you that you are being bored with? Maybe you do need to have a change, a physical change. Maybe you do need to change something in your life. Maybe you don't. Maybe you have to change what's within you and look at it in a new way. It's totally up to you. But being presented with something, this Queen of Cups, she's embodying abundance. This is closely allied with this Ten of Cups. This is the act of being happy. This is the embodiment of being happy and abundant. This is happiness and abundance. This is the embodiment of happiness and abundance. I was trying to combine happiness and embodiment. Oh wait, no, abundance and embodiment. I don't know what I was trying to say. Anyway, she is embodying happiness and abundance, and the miracles are coming to her. That's wild. Pile number 2. Miracles are coming to both of these figures. One is reacting with boredom and kind of looking off in the distance. One of them is reacting with gratitude and delight. She just looks happy, and she looks slightly like, oh, here we go again, I'm bored. What are you doing, pile number 2? These are very contemplative. This is a very contemplative reading here. You have to go within and see, am I really needing a change? The leadership is you. Are you satisfied, or are you bored and stagnant? You can decide this, pile number 2. The only person that can decide this is you, and the only person that can change it is you. And you, pile number 2, can have everything that you want. You can embody everything that you want in your career. You just have to choose it. You have to choose it, and that's your main message is look within. If you want to change it, you can change it. If you realize I was just being, looking at it in the wrong way, and I actually like whatever I'm doing, you don't have to change it. If you want to stay and create change, you can do that. You can do whatever you want. And this is your promise, is abundance and happiness. So there's your career reading. And for 2024, and give me a second, I'm going to clear all this out and we're going to get to the love reading. Hey, pile number 2, we are ready for the love reading. So let's take our oracle decks. We're going to wake this one up. We're going to ask it for a card for our love reading for 2024. Unfinished Symphony, number 10. Well, it looks like this bird is about ready to land on this floating symbol. Pretty funny. All right, let's wake up this deck. Let us see what these cards want to tell us about your love reading for 2024. The Skunk and Magnolia with Protection. This is card number 21. Skunks are very pretty. This is the Beaver and Birch with Home. That's card number 30. So you have card number 21 and number 30. All right, let's pull from your decks. We have this deck that we're gonna, again, pull some cards from. All right, we got these. Let's look over here for this deck. Oop. Oh, came right up. What is coming for pile number 2 for their love reading for the entirety of 2024? I'm so curious. The Four of Cups, one of the same cards you got in your career. From a different deck, but this is Four of Cups. The Queen of Cups, you got this also in your career reading in from another deck. The Mentor, that's what this deck calls the Hierophant. So this is marriage and happy family life is one of the Hierophant's meanings. This is the Strength card. This is yet another card you got on your career reading. The Moon card. And I don't know, I have to show you. Look at all the owls in both of these cards. So cute. All right, what else do we have? The Page of Cups. Oh, this is the one that was flipping out. Oh, that's so funny. This card flipped out of the deck, and look what's flipping out of the cup. That fish is saying, I am leaving and I'm going back to the ocean. Oh no, it was the Page of Swords that flipped open. That's right, that was the Page of Swords. I knew it was a page. So you have 2 pages right together. Lots of energy right here. The Tower, wow. Pile number 2, you have a lot of power here in your reading. Let's continue here. The Four of Swords. Look at this flying frogs. Five of Cups. What is the last one? We have the Ace of Pentacles. All right. Obviously, I got a lot of cards here. Give me a second. I'm going to rearrange these so you can see them all. All right, pile number 2. It's an interesting reading here. What's coming out to me, first of all, is this kind of mirroring of these two. Again, the Mentor is the Hierophant and the Beaver and Birch Home card. These are really very similar energies. This is stable home life, stability, tradition, marriage. This is home, you know, building a home. Beavers build homes and they live in them together, and you know, they're very stable. Their homes are very stable, of course. If you've ever seen a beaver dam, it's pretty impressive engineering. Yeah, they get little engineering degrees. So seems like you're craving this stability and a stable home if you don't have it. The protection too, the protection card came up just like with home. You want the protection and the stability of a very happy and stable and loving home life. This is what you want. This is what you are concentrating on. This is what you are dreaming of. This is your dream. Pile number 2. And you have this Queen of Cups, which is manifesting. She's like she is the personification of a fulfilled woman. She is a woman who is completely emotionally fulfilled, and she has everything she wants. She's not, it's not necessarily, you know, rivers of gold, but it is complete emotional fulfillment, stability, and love, and everything that she wants, that's what she has. This is your dream, and this is what you're dreaming of, this is what you're working for. I feel like we want to read these first, and then we'll read this lower row afterward. So you have a lot of strong cards. I mean, look at this. You only have one suit card. You have all major arcana and court cards. So this pile number 3, this is a love reading. And so we have 2 aspects here. We have 2, I don't know if these are 2 potential partners or 2 aspects of one person, or things that you aren't even sure if you to choose between them, or if you even want to choose between, whatever they are. I'm going to explain them. So these are 2 people, 2 aspects of one person, or 2 people, or whatever, however you want to take it. The Page of Cups is like an emotional person, a person who's available emotionally, maybe a little over available sometimes, like, you know, really concentrating on emotions, wanting to talk things out, like really emotional and concerned with having an emotional connection. This Page of Swords figure is symbolizing someone who is very intellectually curious, very intellectual, very thoughtful, but I wouldn't say the opposite of the Page of Cups, but they're available intellectually, but they're not as available emotionally. They might be wary of emotional connection. Not at all, but like the deepest emotional connection, they might be wary of that. So that's so interesting that they came out one after the other right at the end of this line, because they came right underneath this protection and home. So it seems like you have some sort of choice, you have some sort of thing going on here with these 2 aspects of one person, or these two aspects of yourself, which I don't really think it's yourself. For some of you it could be, but most of you, I think it's two aspects of someone you're seeing. You're being presented with two aspects of the same person, or you're being presented with two potential partners, or you're being presented with your idea, your ideal, because they are near the moon, and you might be dreaming of your perfect partner, and you might not know who you really want. So if you're manifesting new love, pile number 2, then you are going to have to sit yourself down and take a good hard look at what you really want. What kind of person do you want? Do you want both of these in one person? Would you rather have somebody emotionally, like, just concerned with emotions? Would you rather have someone concerned with the intellectual connection? Would you rather have both? What do you want? A lot of your things, pile number 2, it seems like a lot of your readings are exploring what you want, being the center of your attention. So you are being asked to not that you don't care, like you're going to be mean to someone, but to not be concerned with, oh, am I making someone else happy? No, you're being concerned with, am I making myself happy? Am I getting what I want and what I need? I want a stable home life. I want a loving home life. I want this. I want marriage. I want stability. I want, protection from, like, whatever, protection from whatever I don't want, whatever I'm fearing. I keep on having to cover this face up so it will focus on the card that I'm holding up. Whatever you want, pile number 2, is what you can manifest. But it seems like you're being urged to figure out exactly what you want, because you're going to manifest it. So you might as well make sure it's exactly what you want. And again, the Strength card, there's no mistake that it comes, like it's mirroring the protection card. You want protection and strength through having a stable home life, a stable love life. You want that, pile number 2. You feel like your life is an unfinished symphony because you don't have that now. You don't feel stable. You might be in a relationship, but you don't feel as stable as you want it to be. So this Strength card is telling you that you do have the strength, but you just have to look within and manifest what you want, because you have to figure it out. This Four of Cups, again, is this ennui, this looking away from what you're presented with. Again, this could be what's happening right now with your relationship. You might be looking at the relationship and thinking, this isn't what I want, and it could be just then changing your mind about your partner, saying, no, they are giving me what I want. For some of you, we're not talking about, anything really bad. We're saying, like, if you're feeling bored, is that boredom coming from inside you, or do you really need to make a change, or are you kind of turning away to protect yourself? Are you saying that you're bored to protect yourself from having a really deep emotional connection? If you feel like you want a deep emotional connection, are you feeling scared of it at the same time as you want it, and looking for, trying to turn your person into a Page of Swords when you really want them to be a Page of Cups, when you really want them to be emotionally available, yet you keep on turning to the intellectual? That's a good question, pile number 3. Let's look at this very interesting second line here. So we have the Tower, which is upheaval, which is great strength. Poseidon is the god of the sea, the ruler, the king of the sea. And you know that the ocean has immense power. And he commands that power. And then it's interesting because you have this Four of Swords, which is rest and hiding, kind of hiding away from the world for contemplation, for renewal and recharging. Very much like these two cards. Remember, these two cards, which are your main oracle cards, are not being so concerned with doing every technique necessarily. If you're manifesting using techniques, you don't necessarily have to do every single technique all the time and do 10,000 affirmations a day if it's not working for you. If it's making you feel good and positive and making you, stay in the state of the wish fulfilled, that's great. If it makes you feel stressed and exhausted, then you shouldn't be doing it. So the Four of Swords is telling you the same thing as those two cards, which is keep your resistance low by not holding on so tightly to your manifestation that you're crunching it into crumbs. You're allowing events to unfold. So, and you don't necessarily know the best way for things to unfold. So this Four of Swords is telling you the same thing. Maybe especially in love. You need to take a step back. This Five of Cups. Maybe you need to take a step back from this regret or longing that you have. And I feel like for some of you, for many of you, pile number 2, I feel like for many of you, you're actually, this is so important, pile number 2. I feel like for many of you, you're actually regretting something that you have not lost. You're regretting not having something that you actually have. You're regretting and you're turning away from something. You are turning away from something and telling yourself, I don't like this, I'm bored with this, but it's actually everything you want and need, but you're not allowing yourself to see it and enjoy it. I'm just not, that's for some of you here, pile number 2. Because I feel like this I feel like this Tower card is not necessarily symbolizing a huge upheaval. I feel like it's symbolizing the potential for an upheaval. And it's up to you whether you want to make that upheaval happen or not. Is this, if you are in a current relationship, for those of you who are in a current relationship, do you want a new relationship or do you want to manifest a renewal of the existing relationship? It's completely up to you. Because both are new beginnings. And this regret that you might be feeling, this wish to have upheaval for upheaval's sake, is that you, pile number 2? Are you wishing for upheaval's sake? You're being presented with people or two sides of the same person. For those of you who are in a relationship right now, you're being presented with two sides of the same person, or maybe a new potential mate and your current mate, whatever. For those of you who are not in a relationship, you're being presented with two people or multiple sides of the same person, or dreaming, manifesting your perfect mate, but your mate be waffling like, what do I want? What do I need? What do I desire? What am I manifesting? What do I, it's really strong. You want a stable home life. You want a commitment. You want all that. But you don't have to micromanage every part of that. You can just you can decide what you want and see if you really have two people showing up for you. You can just see how things happen, see how they present themselves, and you can make a choice. But if you want both of these together in one person, you can manifest that, but you have to decide. There's a lot of stuff you have to decide here in this reading, pile number 2, because it seems like you're at a crossroads, or you're at a real crossroads. Like, it seems like you're really looking within and seeing, like, having to see what you want, decide what you want at the end of this year, the beginning of next year. You are using this time at the end of the year to really look inside yourself. And the cards are saying exactly what you would want them to in this situation, pile number 2, in that you can be this Queen of Cups, and that you, with all of the emotional fulfillment that you want. The Queen of Cups came up right next to the Hierophant, which is happy home life, tradition, stability, marriage, whatever. And they are right underneath this Lasya of Parvati and magnetism of Eros, which is extremely, of course, this is like the most appropriate for our love reading. You want a stable, happy home life. And again, the message is the same as pile number 2. You have to decide what you want. Once you decide it, you can manifest it, and it's going to be manifested exactly how you decide. So make sure that you know exactly what you want. And that's why you've got these two pretty polar opposite, mate cards presented to you. Do you want the person who's emotionally fulfilled? Can give you emotional fulfillment? Do you want the person who can give you intellectual fulfillment? Do you want both in the same person? You decide, and that's what you get. Pile number 2, you're a very powerful manifester, because all of your cards are saying, you better hurry up and decide what you want, because you're manifesting it. That's what your cards are saying. You're like a supercharged manifester. And these cards are telling you, you're so powerful, you can let go of this control you're trying to exert over it, because you're so powerful that you are manifesting it. Let us, by us I mean you, pile number 2, let us relax and flow into our manifestations instead of trying to shoehorn ourselves into the manifestation. Let us flow into them without much effort and by just enjoying ourselves. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the end of your year of 2023. Have a beautiful time and decide what you want, because it's going to be presented to you. In one person, two people, multiple people, your love that you are manifesting is going to be presented to you. It's so clear. You are going to be presented with this person or these people, and all you have to do is choose what you want, and it's going to show up for you. Doesn't matter. New love, renewed love, choice of multiple people, it doesn't matter. You decide, and it shows up for you, and you just have to decide. You just have to look within and decide. So pile number 2, this is your love reading, and I'm so enjoyed spending this time with you for 2024. We have 2024 coming at us, and this is all of this is like the ultimate reading, and I'm so glad that you spent this time with me, and I really enjoyed it. if you liked this video, and I know you did because it was an amazing reading, I'd love it if you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I enjoyed it a lot. See you soon. Bye. Hey, pile number 3. Welcome to this special reading, What Your 2024 Holds. You chose this oracle deck and this raw amethyst. We're going to put the amethyst over here with its friends. Actually, I think it wants to be here. And we will take 2 oracle cards from your main deck. And these 2 oracle cards are going to stay with us throughout all 3 topics, the money, career, and love topics. So let's see. The Horse and Bluebell with Modest Fortitude. This is card 49. So that's your first oracle deck, and then we're going to take the Spirit card, which is the bottom card, and this will also stay with us throughout the entire 3 readings. This is card 50, the Ram and Dahlia with Determination. So we are going to take 1 or 2 cards from these decks. Actually, we'll take 2 cards from this deck because, because we were taking two cards from the other, for the other readings. Haha, this is a cute one. To Be Fair. This is card number 38. Look, there's a fortune cookie on one side, and what looks like an egg, or it could be like an opal, but it's probably an egg on the other side. How funny. To Be Fair. And then we also have Flexible. This is card number 19. This was one of the main cards. This was one of the 2 main cards on pile number 1's reading. So I'm not sure if you had a call to look at pile number 1, but that might be something you would like to do. So we're going to ask this deck for a card. The Spirit Bear of 396 Hertz. I don't know much about the sound, the sound levels, but this is very interesting. This is card number 15, Spirit Bear of 396 Hertz. I love these illustrations. So yes, how this works is these 3 are just specific to this money reading. So we're doing money, career, and love. These are going to be specific to this money reading. These 2 are staying with us throughout all 3 topics. So we are using this deck as your main deck, and we're going to take several cards from this deck for money. We're asking for some money cards, and we will pull a few cards from some of the other decks. Oh, this one wanted to come up too, so let's take, I think, 1 more. Just that. And then we will pull one card from this deck. We'll pull several, or no, 2 from this deck, I think. And this one. And finally, we will pull 1 card from this deck. I love the gilt edges on this one. All right, I'm so excited. Let's see what you have for your money reading for the entirety of 2024. The Star card, wow, pile number 3. What are we seeing? Pile number 3, we are seeing you as a star. Are you like a celebrity? Pile number 3. What's going on? You have the 4 of Pentacles with this flying button. The 4 of Pentacles. I'm going to show you the upside down one because it's hard to see when it's right side up, but you see the little head with the made out of the figure with a head that is a die. And it's so clever because the two side on this die is its eyes. So clever. And then what else do we have? The Empress. No, wait. I always get this one mixed up. What is this one? I think it's the Empress. It's either the Empress or the High Priestess. Why do I'm always confused with that one. This is the Hermit. Ooh, the 10 of Cups. Wow, wish fulfillment. Wish fulfillment already. Let's see what else. The Magician. Look at how majestic this rabbit is. This rabbit is pulling a person out of a hat. As I always say, the Magician is the ultimate manifester. So this is the High Priestess. The Magician is the ultimate... No, I'm sorry. This is the Empress. The Magician is the ultimate manifester card. This is the manifester of the tarot deck. 9 of Cups. Wow, you got the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. This is another wish fulfillment card, pile number 3. Your money situation, your abundance is going to be crazy good in 2024. Let's see, 5 of Cups. Look at this poor figure in the stream flowing away. I have an idea about this, and it's not my traditional 5 of Cups reading. Justice. It's a Justice card. All right, let me see if I can mush these together enough to see all of them in one line. I'll be back in one sec. All right, pile number 3. It's interesting what you have here. The first thing that I notice is that you have pretty much two of the same card. To be fair and justice. They are both saying the same thing. And I'm wondering if this is not necessarily a warning, but a reminder to you to play fair with others, because you are coming into some major good fortune and wealth. And it's so apparent because you have the 10 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment and abundance, the 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment and abundance, and they are surrounding the Magician, who is the master manifester of the tarot deck. And so it's the clear message is you are manifesting abundance like crazy in this next year. Pile number 3. And you have, well, let me finish this thought first, because you are having so much abundance, you are going to, we're just being reminded that you're just being reminded to be like, remember what it was like when you were like this, when you didn't have enough, when you felt poor and desperate. You know what the thing is with this card? This person here 3 cups have spilled, but he still has the contents of 2 cups, and he has 5 gold goblets. But he sees himself as this person being washed downriver. So this could be, for some of you, pile number 3, this could be a reminder of what you used to be, and just to be patient with other people that feel this way. Or it could be that you are going to see people like this, that have a measure of abundance, yet feel like they don't. They feel worse off than they are. Kind of echoes this one too, this 4 of Pentacles. It's kind of sometimes there's kind of a miserly connotation to the 4 of Pentacles. It's holding what you have and being a little afraid. Like, let's say, we're just going to use an analogy. Of course, this isn't going to apply to everyone specifically, but let's say you got some money and you have this, you want to invest in a company through stocks or whatever. I don't know. We're just using this as an example, but you're too afraid to, and then the company goes on to make lots of money, which you kind of knew that it was going to. You had the feeling that it was going to, but you were too afraid to invest, and so now you only have a certain amount of money instead of a huge amount of money. That's this kind of feeling that's being echoed with these 2 cards, and they're in the same position. This one is 1 from the end, this one is 1 from the end. So they're echoing each other. I always feel like the ones that are on the edges, the ones that are, the ones that are double, there's patterns that I feel resonate well amongst these positions. And oh, I forgot, I'm going to look up in the guidebook about this card. All right, this is number 15. You are being healed from guilt and fear. Wow, pile number 3. From guilt and fear. So guilt, there's a certain amount of, remember what I was saying, there's a certain amount of seeing yourself. You're going to be coming into such good fortune in this next year that you're going to be seeing either echoes of your remembering echoes of yourself, or remembering or recognizing that in others. So don't be guilty. Don't feel guilty for your abundance. You can help others. Such emotions will no longer steal your personal power or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. No matter how unlikely it may seem, you are going to emerge from a spiritual winter into light and life. The divinely ordained time for your liberation, healing, and emergence is much closer than you realize. Wow. 2024, abundant blessings are stirring and shall soon manifest. Wow, pile number 3. What an awesome card. It's telling us exactly what the rest of your cards are saying. And this modest fortitude over here, and look, it's very much, look at how much it matches your crystal. This modest fortitude over here, it just means that you just need a little bit more. You need a little bit more fortitude. You are so close to everything. You're just needing to coast along, staying in the state of who you want to be, and your determination is making it manifest. So we have this Hermit, and this Hermit is, I feel, really echoing the 5 of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles, in that this is this feeling that you have, this previous productive and unwelcome money mindset that you used to have is now something that you have to go within. The Hermit card is telling you to go within anytime you feel it coming up so that you can realize it's just a state of mind and you can say goodbye to that old money mindset and the miserly tendencies you used to have. And if you don't want those anymore, then you are going to say goodbye to them. So we have the Star card and we have the Empress card. And we already talked about the Justice card and the To Be Fair, but you have to, the cards are telling you that you really have to look at yourself. You have to be fair to yourself. You have to be fair in your dealings with others because you are going to come into some wealth here this next year. You really, the signs are all there. The 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups, I mean, you couldn't be more clear. You have to be fair to others because you are going to have a certain amount of new power and responsibility with this wealth. And you also have to be fair to yourself. You have to be gentle with yourself. If you see yourself channeling this person right here, this old money mindset where you had wealth but you felt so poor, you, pile number 3, can bring this loving judgment to yourself. Don't feel like you have to strangle that old money mindset and throw it in the trash. You can say, yes, thank you for trying to keep me safe. I can take it from here, but you don't have to resent your old self. You don't have to hate your old self. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can just love your old self. So we have, I mean, the Empress is another abundance card. I mean, just, you know, being abundant, being an empress. And the Star card, actually, you're going to be working it. You're going to be working your new wealth, but you're also going to be working in some way. There's going to be some great labor, to put it another way, that you are going to be completely immersed in this next year. And it's obviously, since it's a money reading, it's closely allied with money, but it's going to also be moving into your career, because I'm not sure where, it's not saying where these this wealth is coming from, where this abundance is coming from. But the thing is, well, I also want to say the thing is, since you have 2 wish fulfillment cards, you might be getting large sums of money from 2 sources. But this Star card is telling me that you are going to be working hard at something, and it might be something that is going to bring you money, but it might be something else. It might be something that for part of your job that you've been having for a long time, and not necessarily these windfalls. But you're going to be working hard and wanting to work hard and having success in whatever this is that you are really working at, pile number 3. So this is such an awesome money reading. Oh, I'm not sure, did I even talk about this? Again, this is, I'm seeing 2 messages with this. There's 2, it's a strong message, this To Be Fair. Strong message. The 2 things that you have really strongly doubled up are the Judgment and the Abundance. Those are super strong messages because they're doubled up. So this To Be Fair and Justice, yes, you have to be fair, but you can also be flexible. You don't have to be so rigid. You know how sometimes people are so rigid in their rule following that they actually stifle themselves, not just others around them, they actually stifle themselves. You don't have to be that rigid. Not that I'm saying that, you should go and break rules, but, you don't have to be so anxious about it if that's something that is in your experience. But also, it's telling you to be gentle with yourself. Again, this card right here, pile number 3, is really 100%, or actually 90%, symbolizing your old money mindset, and 10% symbolizing other people. So you can be flexible with yourself and patient, and you can be flexible with others because you can afford it now, because you are having 2 windfalls. Pile number 3. What a bunch of crazy good luck you are going to have in 2024. So this is your money reading. So let me have a second. And like you're going to say no, like you're going to reach out of YouTube and say, no, you can't have a second, but give me a second. I'm going to clean this up. I'll be right back with and we'll pull cards for your career reading. Oops, huh? Pile number 3, we're back. We're going to start pulling some cards for your career reading. So let's wake up this oracle deck. We want a card or 2 for pile number 3's career reading. What do we have? Yang. Wow, your career's on fire. In a good way. It's not only fire, but it's also got sprinkles. Do you see the face in this ball of flame? You are a star. Remember, you had a star card in your money reading too, so there's might be some sort of celebrity thing going on with you, pile number 3. To be fair. Oh, you got the to be fair card again, number 38. And did I say the Yang card is card number 1? All right. We're going to wake this deck up again, and we will ask it for 1 card for... Actually, it's this one, I think. We'll ask it for 1 card for the money. All right. I know I'm going to get this card off. The career reading. Dakini of Infinite Light. All right, and then we are going to take several cards from your main deck. Wake up. Give us some cards for pile number 3's career reading. What is in store for pile number 3 for 2024 for their career? And then this one too. Oh, this one really wanted to come out. Oh, well. We're going to take a card from this one. And then 2 from this one. And 1 from this one. Lots of cards for your career reading. Let's see what we have. The Fool. I love this card. So cute. This drum is playing itself. And then we have the 10 of Wands. The 8 of Swords. Wow, pile number 3. What's going on here with you? I feel like these need to stay together. The Ace of Cups. The 10 of Pentacles. Oops. Did I not show you these? The Ace of Cups. The 10 of Pentacles. The Knight of Swords. The King of Cups. The 10 of Pentacles again. You got 2 wish fulfillment cards in your money reading, and you have 2 wish fulfillment cards in your career reading. Sorry, I'm so excited that I'm forgetting my words. We have the Tower. Wow, pile number 3. I meant to take 2 cards from this deck. We'll see if we might need another one. So let me see here what is going on here. We have 2. I mean, of course, look at this. 2 really super abundant wish fulfillment cards, and they're the same card. They're the same card. 2 10 of Pentacles. This is beyond abundant. This is uber abundant. So let's see what we have here. Well, pile number 3, there's a strong message here with these 2 cards. You have a lot of yang energy about your career. You have a lot of strongly held beliefs, determination, that you know exactly what is right, and you know that you're a hard worker, you are focused, you bring a lot to the table, you overperform, you are everybody's dream employee, pile number 3. But right here you are feeling overwhelmed, like you are working so hard and you're feeling overwhelmed even though you are almost attaining success. And the success at work might be one of these 2 wish fulfillment, uber abundance avenues that you are going to find success with. These 2, again, remember with your money, it's just a reinforcing message that's just like your money reading, that you have money abundance coming in from 2 sources. So one might be your career and another one might be from some other place. But the thing is, the point I'm trying to make is, you're working so hard, maybe you've had a project that's been multiple years, maybe you're even set back, maybe it's like such a huge project that you were set back by all of the supply chain snafus of the last several years, and you're finally about ready to drag it over the finish line. It's so been taking so much out of you that you're actually starting to feel like, what if this fails and I've given my last 5 years, let's say, to this project, and what if I mess it up? If this is you, pile number 3, there's a message from this card, and that is seek out a mentor if you need it. Seek help. Not seek help like, you better get some help. It's seek out help that will benefit you. Like seek out a mentor, a business mentor. Ask for help from your bosses if you want to. Ask for help from colleagues. Something, instead of going it alone, which I think that a lot of you are like that. You're kind of, I need to do this alone. This is what I like, and blah, blah, blah. In this case, there's something going on in your career that you have been working at, and you're working at, and you're working at, and you're working at. Maybe it's something like accreditation. Like you need to be accredited for some certain thing, and you've been studying, and you've been taking the prep tests, and you've been this, and then now you're thinking, oh my gosh, what if I don't pass this? Again, maybe there's a teacher that you can go to, or a colleague that has passed it, and you can work with them. You don't have to go it alone. That's what this little trio is telling us here, pile number 3. Then you have a double. There's a lot of like double energy things in both of your readings so far. You have the Fool card and you have the Ace of Cups. There might be something like a new beginning, as in a new job, a new position at your current, like a new job, going to a new job, a new company, going to a new position within your company, being promoted, transferring to a different city. There's some new thing, or you know, obviously you could be changing career paths. You could be graduating from school and getting a job. There's something that you are doing in 2024 that's a change for you. And it could be something that is like you get a new boss and it's a big thing. There's something coming for you. And this Tower card is echoing that change. There's something new and there's something changing. You know, the Tower card is usually massive upheaval. The Tower card is like things getting raised down to their foundation. But this Tower card in this Greek mythology deck, Poseidon is like the promise of power. This Poseidon is the not the threat of power, but there's a word I'm looking for, but anyway, it'll come to me. But it is the promise, not promises in promise, but it is the ability to do something even if you don't do it. Like, it's the ability to shake things up. It's the ability to fire everybody in the company even if you don't do it. It's something about this card. Poseidon is harnessing the energy of the entire ocean. Poseidon is ruler of the seas. He can cause major devastation. Does he all the time? He hardly ever does, to tell you the truth. That is either you in this next year, pile number 3, or maybe it might be someone in your life that's got the promise of major change. If it's you, you're going to be doing something like applying for a new job, applying for a new position, to be promoted, applying for a transfer to a new city. If it's someone else that's bringing this energy, they're going to be, I'm just using this as an example. It could be you or your, one of your colleagues. I shouldn't even say this, but anyway, there could be some like major changes at your place of employment that happens to you. And it could be you get transferred without wanting to. It could be that you are transferred to a new position without necessarily wanting to. It could be that you go to a new job, that you apply to a new place of work, and there's this person there, this embodiment of this power, this raw power, that they're able to do something, So I think this Yang energy and this Tower card, they're saying the same thing. Remember when this came out, I said it's you. It is, for a lot of you, it is you. For a lot of you, though, it might be another person. And remember with this one, this Dakini, it could be that you are getting into contact with an extremely powerful mentor. That could be another possibility. Pile number 3. Whatever it is, whoever this symbolizes, it's going to be extremely strong energy, like totally strong energy. Oh my gosh, pile number 3. I saw this video of, it was a tornado, and somebody was, in the near distance, somebody was filming this from their balcony, this tornado, and the tornado was coming toward, it looked like it was coming toward them. I don't know if it really was, but it appeared to in the video to be coming toward them, and all of a sudden it went over something, I don't know what it was, something flammable, and a huge explosion happened, a fiery explosion, and it actually was so powerful, the explosion, that it diverted and somewhat it stopped and morphed the tornado, and the tornado lost contact with the ground. It stopped moving forward. That's the kind of power that we are seeing from this Yang energy, this Tower, Poseidon card. The kind of energy, pile number 3, that can stop tornadoes. How else are you going to get 2 windfalls as huge as 2 Tens of Pentacles? We have 2 windfalls. We had 2 windfalls. Remember, we had the 9 and the 10 of Cups in your money reading. We have the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles, a double windfall in your career reading. Your 2024 is going to be amazing abundance-wise, pile number 3. No question. So we have this Knight of Swords, and we have this King of Cups. The Knight of Swords, I was talking about this new beginning. You have all of these options. You're like, maybe, maybe you are going to change jobs. Maybe you're going to change all, careers. Maybe you're going to transfer, blah, blah, blah. The thing about this is, just like this is a lot of what pile number 2's entire 3 readings was about, is that this can be you having things done to you, because if this Power card, this Poseidon Tower, is talking about you, if this is representing you, then this is you. This is you going forward, having the vision of what you want and going forward and achieving it. If you allow this position to be taken by someone else, it's going to be what they want and what they envision. This has nothing to do with the mentor. You can have a mentor and they can still be in line with what you're manifesting. But if the mentor is a Tower figure / Yang figure energy, you can either embody that energy or you can leave that position for your 2024 open for someone else to fill. That is the message here, and your Knight of Swords is reminding you that you have to hold your vision for what you want in your mind, and you have to embody that state, and it will come to pass. And there's no mistake in that the Knight of Swords is right near the King of Cups, which is total fulfillment, pile number 3, being completely fulfilled. And that's how we're going to end this career reading, with this King of Cups, which is being fulfilled by this amazing double abundance. This King of Cups is the embodiment of complete fulfillment. And you, pile number 3, are going to be completely fulfilled in your money situation and in your career situation. Just having, it's raining, you know that song, It's Raining Men? It's not going to be raining men. Well, it could be. We haven't even done the love reading, so we don't know. It's going to be raining gold for you. It's going to be raining abundance. It's going to be raining money for you in 2024. And that's what I see for you for your career reading. So give me a second. I will clean up the table and we will do your love reading. All right, pile number 3. Let's get going on your love reading. Keep these straight. All right, to wake up this deck, we need we need 2 cards for pile number 3 for love. Let's shuffle it one more time. All right, what do we have? New life. Wow. This is card 39. Again, it's very reminiscent of your crystal. Let's see what the other one is. Fork in the road, with a literal fork and a llama. Very funny. So this is card number 13. And we will take 1 card from this deck. The Sun. This is the 3rd time this 1 card has come up from this deck. The Sun of 417 Hertz. This is card number 16. All right, now let's take your main deck. And we need some cards for pile number 3 for the love reading. Love is in the air. Whoops. Oh. So there's 5. We will take 1 card from this deck. And we'll take 2 from this deck. Whoa. Huh. And 1 from this deck. I'm going to shuffle it one more time. What do we have? The Queen of Wands. The 3 of Wands. The 4 of Pentacles again. All right, I'm going to put these 2 together. Can you see all these? I'm sure the heart won't mind being a little displaced. The 7 of Swords. Wow, there's someone peeking at you. There's some secret admirer for you, pile number 3. The King of Swords. So you have the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords. The Justice card. The High Priestess. The Queen of Cups. So you have the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. Oh, the Lovers with Aphrodite. What a way to end your love reading pull with the Lovers card. Pile number 3. Love really is in the air, and it's right underneath the Sun. The Sun card in this Oracle deck is pretty much the Sun card of the Tarot deck, which is all good things. All good things coming to you, and we have the Lovers card with Aphrodite, who is the goddess of course, love and beauty, right underneath the Sun, which is everything good. Everything good coming for you. We also have this new life. We have a lot going on here, so wow, look at all of this, and then this. Oh my gosh, pile number 3. What is going on with you for 2020? I almost said 2023, 2024. I feel like for a lot of you, pile number 3, this is going to be a new romance. Because there is a lot of newness in this, a lot of strength too, new life, and like rapid forward movement, a lot of new goings on, for lack of a better term, in your love life. So we have these 2 cards really showing us a lot of newness, and refreshed, like a reset or a refresh of your entire love life. So what does this mean? This means that if you have an existing relationship, there's going to be a reset, if that's what you want, or a resurgence of what you do want, or like a kind of like a refocusing on what you like the most about your relationship. If it's a new relationship, it's going to be rapidly growing closer. So what you have to do, pile number 3, is channel your King of Swords. Channel your King of Swords and your Justice. And again, focus on what you want. Make sure you know what you want. This goes for a new relationship or an existing relationship. Pile number 3. This 7 of Swords, if you are having a new relationship, the 7 of Swords, this is someone who is, there is someone, I'm not necessarily saying that this is who you're going to end up having a relationship with, but you have a secret admirer. You have someone who is admiring you, and maybe they just don't dare to come up to you and tell you, I like you, want to go on a date. So whatever that, maybe you know, I feel like for a lot of you, you know who it is. Some of you, you don't. But there's some sort of secret admiration going on. For some of you, pile number 3, you are... maybe there is a part of you that's really trying to hold on to the old relationship. without, if there's something going on in your relationship that you don't like, if your current relationship is trending down, you might be hanging on to it because you're afraid to let go. But only by letting go are you going to be able to either renew it or let a new relationship in. So pile number 3, this Four of Pentacles is really telling you, how can I say this? This is you, pile number 3. This is you making your list of what you want in a partner. Doesn't matter if you've got an existing partner and you want to manifest changes in your relationship, or if you want to manifest new love. It doesn't matter. This is you. You're intellectually strong. You're using all, you're saying, you're writing down, you're formulating exactly what you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be on paper, of course. Especially you don't even have to use a quill pen, but it's you making your list of what you want in a partner, and you are manifesting it. This High Priestess is manifesting. You're manifesting what you want in a partner. The change, either a new partner or changes. But if you want to make those new changes manifest, you have to let go of the old. You have to let go and stop concentrating on, if it's a renewal of a relationship, you have to stop concentrating on the behaviors you don't want. And if it is a brand new relationship, you have to let go of the old memories or of the old relationship. Because what is coming up for you in, so these two are manifesty and manifesty. These are like two total manifestation ones. And of course the Queen of Wands also like completely embodying, it's the embodiment of, having what you want, making your goals manifest. It's the embodiment of someone who has what they want. So there's this Queen of Cups and the Lovers. You're going to have, 2024 is bringing you an emotionally completely fulfilling relationship. There's no question. This is what your 2024 holds. It's up to you what exactly it looks like, because you, pile number 3, are manifesting this new or renewed or changed or whatever relationship. So you just have to make sure that you know and you have in your head exactly what you want. What is this fork in the road in new life? It's exactly what we've been saying, pile number 3. You are at this fork in the road. Your job, your only job, is to decide what you want in your love life. And that with that decision, you can manifest whatever you want. You just embody that new person. If you want more affection, let's say you're in an existing relationship, you're mostly happy, but you just want more affection. You want to be more affectionate. That's what you want. So you become the person who is in a relationship that is more affectionate. It doesn't matter what the 3D shows you. Oh, why didn't I say this before? I had noticed it before, but I forgot to talk about it. These are saying the same thing. You are determining what you want, and with your determination, you manifest it into being. It's doubled up. It's above and below, it's like above and below. It's so strong. Your messages are really strong. You've got like some real double energy in all three of your readings. You just determine what you want, and with your determination, you are making it manifest. The High Priestess, remember, the High Priestess is the counterpart to the Magician. It is the manifestation of your desires. Your manifestation of your desires is coming for you, pile number 3. And remember, as I said, and the Lover's card is right under the Sun. Look at these 3 cards. Queen of Cups. The Sun, okay, let's do it. Let's do it like this. The Sun is all good things are coming to you, pile number 3. The Queen of Cups, you are going to be emotionally fulfilled. You will be the embodiment of emotional fulfillment. But you have to make sure that you know what you want, and therefore you can manifest what you want. And the Lover's card, it's a Lover's card. You're going to have love in 2024. There was a similar message like this in all of pile number 2's readings. If you did have any wish to look at pile number 2, because there was a strong message in pile number 2 that the thing that is being urged here is that you hold what you want in your head, and embody it. Not just think of it, but think from it, because what you're thinking from is going to come to pass, because you are a powerful manifester. You are a powerful manifester. We're always manifesting. We are always manifesting. If we're thinking negative, bad thoughts about ourselves or others, that's what's going to manifest. If we're thinking powerful, new, loving thoughts, you're thinking loving thoughts, that's what's going to manifest, pile number 3. So this is your future. This is your 2024. And your job is to hold in your mind and hold in your being, think from the person who is already in that relationship. Pile number 3. I'm curious who your secret admirer is too. It might not go anywhere. It's up to you, but at least you know. At least you know you have a secret admirer. Pile number 3. Look at all this promise and this love. This love reading is full of the embodiment. I just want to show you. Your reading is full of embodying what you want. You've got 3. Well, you have 3 court. You have 4 court cards. Don't you have do you have a knight, or am I imagining it? No, you don't. Okay, you have 3 court cards. 2 of them are queens and 1 is a king. They're telling you you have to embody who you want to be for love to come to you. And then once you do, Aphrodite, the lovers, that's you. Love is coming for you this year, 2024, pile number 3. And it's up to you what you want it to look like. Well, that's what I see for you. This has been an amazing reading. We explored money, career, and love. If you like this reading, and I know you did, look at this reading. I'd love it if you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It's so nice to have you along on these readings, and I will see you very soon in the next reading. Bye for now.